Chelsea fans, I want to ask you the question. How do you feel about the performances in the defeats against Man City, against Liverpool, and the performance against Man United this particular weekend? Are you satisfied with it, with what happened against Man United and in those particular games? And the reason that I'm asking is because I feel as though we're paying too much respect to the opposition, that we've just sort of not really gone there and gone full pelt, that we just don't seem to be playing free in those games. Now, the Man City game, the first game of the season, you can sort of put that one to one side. The players still trying to get used to Maresca. Players have come back late. The Liverpool game, though, was disappointing for me, and I haven't spoken about it in a video on my channel, so I'm going to do it now. It was disappointing for me with the way that players never really turned up, didn't really play to their full capacity, didn't play free, in what I'm saying. And we gave Liverpool too much respect. And that bothers me. It really, really bothers me. And you could say the same thing about Man United at the weekend as well. The same sort of thing. You know, all the focus after the game was on Man United and how bad they are. And the amount of times I heard people saying Man United were there for the taking and Chelsea did not deliver. It was a poor game. Both sides were awful. No one deserved to win the game. United created more chances than we did, but we got into good positions more times than they did, but lacked the final ball. But for the Caicedo volley, honestly, more on Caicedo later. But I just wanted to get your opinions, people, because I just feel as though we've held back. We haven't played free. We've given people too much respect. And although, yes, I get it, people are saying, look, after 10 games we've only lost to 2 out of the top 10 teams that we've played so far. We're sitting fourth. We're above the Arsenal goal difference. It is positive compared to the slow start last season. Of course, there's plenty of positives, but it's just that I want more because I know we can give more. And you've seen it in the games where we smacked Brighton. We thumped West Ham, beaten by 3, could have scored more. We thumped Wolves away. We've got it in us. And it leads me to a second sort of question about those particular games, especially Liverpool, and especially the game against Newcastle in midweek in the Cup last week, and Man United on the weekend. And it's the substitutions that Maresca's making, or the lack of, I should say. Now, Jadon Sancho, not available the weekend. He wouldn't have been available anyway because of his loan agreement. But there's opportunities there with the likes of Sancho on the bench, João Felix, Nkunku, Mudryk, to literally change the whole front four and give the opposition a different conundrum to deal with if we have to, if it's not working. So like the Man United game, for example, Jackson was out of the game, which was none of his fault. It's just the way that we were playing and the way United were defending deep and dropping off with their lack of a press, which everyone's spoken about anyway. But why not change it and bring Nkunku on and go more mobile? Why can't we, I had a bit of a rant on the last video that was on the channel, not the live stream I did on the commentary against United, but the last actual video that I recorded was put together after my comments after the Newcastle commentary game, where I talked about changing our tactical shape and our philosophy. Don't play out from the back, launch it long, or play long balls over the top rather than playing through all the time. Play over the top. And it's just, I'd like to see us mix it up a little bit more. I'd like to see Enzo Maresca make more substitutions in key areas at different times, because I think we're making them too late or not at all. And that's the issue that I've got. I'm positive about what we're doing. I've been impressed with the squad and how they've taken to Maresca's tactics and stuff like that. But I want the manager to be a bit more flexible with what he's doing. Now, the benchmark I'm looking at is obviously you got the managers that have been great at Chelsea, successfully, Mourinho's, people like that. But I remember a game under Antonio Conte where we played West Brom at home and we were struggling against the way they set up. They set up with 11 men behind the ball, basically. And if you can remember it, Diego Costa, the ball's played down the right wing. He barged the defender out the way and he took the ball inside into the corner of the penalty box and he rifled it into the top corner, left-footed from absolutely nothing. In that game, sitting in the stadium in that game, you could see Antonio Conte make 3 different tactical switches to different formations in the game. To a back 3, to a 4 at the back, to 5-man midfield. He changed it all, 4-3-3. He changed all different formations to try and force the result. And I know Enzo Maresca is sitting there thinking about he wants to protect the result we've currently got, our position that we are in games, and he doesn't want to deviate too much because he's trying to work on a tactical shape. But I just think that Liverpool got away with one against us. I think United got away with a point against us. And I want us to see us actually force a result. That's the next step for Maresca for me. What he's done as a foundation is great. The way we're playing, the way he's getting the performances, getting out players. But I want him to force the result now and make these changes to influence and force the result. He only made one change from what I can remember on the weekend. You know, you got Nkunku, João Felix sitting there. Mudryk come on, or a couple of players. It might have been 3 changes, but Felix and Nkunku sat there. So I'm just thinking, you know, we want to go. I really want us to go to the next level here because we can do it. We've shown we can play free. We can play attacking football. We've got the options to change players around. And I want us to do that. We're playing Noah on Thursday. In 2 days' time, we're playing Noah with the so-called B team. And then we take on the Arsenal on the Sunday. So Noah's a good game for these players to keep their fitness going, the players that haven't not starting games in the Premier League. But when we face the Arsenal, and by the looks of it, they could have some key players out, one of them being Declan Rice, potentially missing tonight in the Champions League. And there's a rumour he's going to be missing on the weekend. We need to take advantage of this situation and we need to go for these teams. Don't give them too much respect. Don't hold back and protect what you've got. Play free, play open, free football and force the result. That's what I want us to do. And that's what this particular video is about mainly. But I also have a second part of this video that I want to open a discussion with you guys in the comment section. And that's the situation regarding the Caicedo and Lavia base in our midfield now. Now, Enzo Maresca has come out and said to Enzo Fernandez, that at the moment he wants physicality in the middle of midfield, and Lavia and Caicedo give us that. And I've just retweeted out on my Twitter channel, on my Twitter feed, Chelsdaft, a video that's taken from the Match of the Day coverage where it's focusing on Lavia and Caicedo and how close they were playing together against Man United. They were tidying up, they were winning challenges, they're moving the ball about, winning back possession and controlling possession. And they were brilliant together. And if these two form a partnership and they become inseparable in the middle of our midfield, then my God, we've got a base to build on to go forward. We just got to sort out a defence, our 2 centre-backs in particular, and sort out who's the right partnership there. It looks obviously Fofana and Colwill, but the others need to step up. Can't make these stupid mistakes, playing stupid balls in to feet when people are up people's arses from goal kicks. It's just the Caicedo Lavia was so impressive. I've been talking about Moises Caicedo since last season. People have been saying, he's wasting money. He's not really living up to expectations. I could see what he was doing. His natural defensive instinct is absolutely world class, and he's up there, or he's getting up there with the levels of Conte for me. He's everywhere, Caicedo. He got man of the match, rightly so, against United. His awareness, his tactical awareness, his defensive positioning, his use of the ball, he's just brilliant, Caicedo. And for me, I think it's a bargain. At what we paid for him, when people were questioning it, saying what a waste of money, for me, I think it's a bargain going forward. If we keep hold of this bloke for the next 5 seasons, he will be integral in what we're going to do if we're going to be successful. And Lavia out for most of the last seasons, come into the middle of midfield, given an opportunity, being backed by the manager to form a partnership, and those two dovetailing, because Lavia's different class as well. Just watch him grow. If he plays week in, week out next to Moises Caicedo in the Premier League this season, just watch him grow as a player, and the two of them to take the levels up here. It'll be great to see. Absolutely great to see. So where does that leave Enzo Fernandez? Now, I will say this. Enzo Fernandez has got a better use of the ball than Lavia for me, and Caicedo for the most part. I think he's more technically gifted with the ball at his feet, but I think the other two outshine him for every other aspect of that midfield position. So I understand why Enzo has said what he said, Maresca, about Enzo Fernandez. As you can understand, there's now reports that he's been linked with a move away with the likes of Barcelona, and Inter Milan being touted as taken an interest in his situation at Chelsea to see what happens up until January. But as the manager said, there's no problem with him. And if anything, Enzo's taken the criticism on board because he's posted himself, I'm sure you guys have seen it on social media, working out at the gym with a comment of time to get to work. So let's just see what happens with that scenario. I don't think Enzo's getting back in anytime soon if Lavia and Caicedo make that position their own. And that maybe would explain why Conor Gallagher's situation happened and why Chelsea let him go. Because if they're going to play a two-man midfield there, and you've got Lavia and Caicedo, Gallagher was never going to play. Bearing in mind the people we've now got in the attacking front four positions, Gallagher was never going to get in. So that's probably understanding why he's being sold. Anyway, I just want your opinion then on the situation regarding the Chelsea performances, the Lavia and the Caicedo connection in the middle of midfield, and the situation with Enzo Fernandez. 3 topics to discuss in the comments. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like on it. Also subscribe to the channel, but when you do, hit the bell for notifications to notify my videos come out. There will be much more on the channel now from me. I'll be back with a couple of videos a week and live match commentary when we're on UK TV, and I'll be back with it. So hopefully you enjoy it. Thank you so much for sticking with me to this point. Thank you for all of your support, and I'll read all your comments, so make sure you post them in the comment section below. Have a great evening. I'll see you guys soon.